This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Place chocks each side of the front wheel diagonally opposite to the one being removed. Using the tool included in the vehicle toolkit, pull the wheel center trim from place. Using the special anti-theft wheel bolt tool where necessary, slacken each of the wheel bolts half a turn. Position the jack head under the reinforced rubber block situated under the front door sill. Then raise the vehicle until the rear wheel is clear of the ground. Position an axle stand under the reinforced rubber block under the rear of the door sill. Lower the jack. Fully unscrew the bolts and remove the wheel. Squeeze together the sides of the handbrake lever gaiter and carefully prise it from the center console. Slacken the adjuster nut on the rod from the equalizer plate. Using a pair of pliers, release the handbrake cable from the caliper lever. Lever the retaining spring from the caliper. Prise out the plastic caps, then using an Allen key or bit, slacken and remove the upper and lower guide pins. Slide the caliper from place, then use a cable tie to suspend the caliper from the vehicle body to prevent any strain on the brake hose. Remove the outer pad from the caliper mounting bracket, then slide the inner pad from the piston. Measure the thickness of the pad's friction material. If any pad is worn down to 3 mm or less, all 4 rear pads must be renewed. Remove any dirt or dust from the mounting bracket and piston using a brush and aerosol brake cleaner. If new brake pads are to be fitted, the caliper piston must be pushed back into the cylinder to make room for them. In order to retract the piston must be turned clockwise as it is pushed into the caliper. Mini tool 341050 is available to retract the pistons, as are several alternatives available from good accessory or parts retailers. Clamp off the flexible brake hose leading to the caliper, then connect a brake bleeding kit to the caliper bleed screw. Push the piston back into the caliper, turning the piston clockwise at the same time. Open the bleed screw as the piston is retracted. The surplus brake fluid will then be collected in the bleed kit vessel. Close the bleed screw just before the caliper piston is pushed fully into the caliper. This should ensure no air enters the hydraulic system. Disconnect the bleeding kit and refit the rubber cap to the bleed screw. Remove the retraction tool and the hose clamp. Slide the inner brake pad into place on the caliper piston and locate the outer pad on the mounting bracket, ensuring the friction material is against the disc face. Maneuver the caliper into position in the mounting bracket. Apply a little brake assembly grease to the guide pins, then refit them and tighten to the specified torque. Press the plastic caps into place. Refit the retaining spring to the caliper and bracket. Engage the end of the handbrake cable with the caliper lever. Repeatedly depress the brake pedal to bring the pads into full contact with the disc. Repeat this procedure on the remaining rear brake. Tighten the handbrake cable adjuster nut just enough to eliminate any free play in the cable. Fully apply the handbrake 10 times. Tighten the adjuster nut until the rear brake pads begin to make contact with the discs. Release the lever and check by hand that the rear wheels rotate freely. Then check that no more than 6 clicks are emitted before the handbrake is fully applied. Refit the gaiter around the handbrake lever. Locate the wheel over the hub, then insert and lightly tighten the retaining bolts. With the jack head under the rubber block at the front of the door sill, raise the vehicle until the axle stand can be removed. Then lower the vehicle to the ground. Tighten the wheel bolts to the specified torque. Refit the wheel center trim and remove the wheel chocks. The brake and clutch fluid reservoir is located at the rear of the engine compartment. The max and min marks are indicated on the side of the reservoir. The fluid level must be kept between the marks at all times. If topping up is necessary, clean around the top of the reservoir, then unscrew the filler cap. Add new .4 fluid from a sealed container to bring the level up to the max mark. Mop up any spilled fluid and securely refit the filler cap. Firmly lower the bonnet and check it securely locked.